So we're continuing the series, Shaare Teshuva, the 8 ways of repentance. Last time, we started the second shad, which talks about 6 ways of inspiration that inspire a person to teshuva. Last time we said the first way of inspiration, which was to actually, whenever Hashem gave you a punishment, actually do teshuva because of that. Because that's the message. That's what Hashem wants you to do if you get punished. And he said if you don't, then your punishment's doubled. If you don't do teshuva and you get punished. And it doesn't atone for your sins. So we left off with the second way of inspiration. B'ezrat Hashem will do 2 ways of inspiration today, the second and the third way of inspiration. So the second way of inspiration, now on Saif Zayin, Haderech Hashani, the second way a person should be aroused to do teshuva is Kasher Yavo'u Yemei HaZikna Ve'egiu Yemei HaSeva. When the days of old age come, and when the days of ripe old age arrive, meaning the Mishnah Pirkei Avot says, which the Rebbe now is going to quote soon, is old age refers to what's the old age? 6 years old, and ripe old age, if you're really considered old, is 70. So when you're 60 or when the days when you're 70, and one strength is saf and the yetzara is diminished and is somewhat subdued. One should remember that his end is nearing, should therefore contemplate his fate. As a result, he should return to Hashem, who will have mercy on him. So far the Baron is telling us that when one's old, he should take advantage on the fact that he can do teshuva. Because when he's old, it's easier to do teshuva. All your desires are gone. You know that your end is coming. You can't really benefit from this world. You're not taking any of the pleasures from this world to the next. No panasa, no pleasures. You won't have it. So take the opportunity to do teshuva and grow spiritually. So yeah, that's what the point is so far. And Hashem will still have mercy on him. So really the reason is the same thing as before, as we said last time. When someone does teshuva out of fear, because of the punishment he got, so he doesn't want the punishment, Hashem still loves that type of teshuva. Even when someone's old and it's more likely for him to do teshuva, and he's only doing teshuva because there's nothing else to do in this world, he's already an old guy, Hashem still accepts it, and he has mercy on him. That's what Baron is telling us. So, continuing, as for one who does not repent when the days of old age arrive, his punishment will be doubled, and Hashem's animosity toward him will be great. As the Hakamim Savanah said, there are 3 types of people that Kadosh Baruch Hu hates. Number 1, Gadeh, a poor person who's haughty, he has gava. 2, a rich man who denies his valid financial claims against him. Doesn't have to pay whatever. And the third one is Zaken Mena'ef, an old guy who's promiscuous, filled with desires. And each of these things are basically the opposite of his nature, if you realize. Because a poor person, his nature is to be humble. Because he doesn't have much stuff. He goes around asking people for money. And the more spoiled you are, the more you have, the more gava you'll have. And obviously a poor person doesn't have much. So the nature of a poor person is to be humble. The nature of a rich man is to not deny his financial claims, and for an old man, it's his nature that he won't have desires for these things. And if he still does, then Hashem hates these type of people. So Ve'emar, as it says in Hosea, אכלו זרים כוחו והוא לא ידע, גם שיבה זורקה בו והוא לא ידע. Strangers consumed his strength, but he did not know. Also, old age was cast upon him, but he did not know. And basically what that pasuk means is, he's telling us that the Jews of his time did not do teshuva even when they reach old age, and that's a problem. This also demonstrates that a person is expected to do teshuva when he becomes old. So basically, Hashem expects you to do teshuva when you become old. That's what we see from these pasukim. So now Rabbi Ronnie wonders, how could it possibly be that an old guy doesn't do teshuva when he's old? He has nothing to do in his life. How could it be that he doesn't do teshuva? So Rabbi Ronnie said, ומן התמה והפליאה כי יעמוד האדם בחצי ימה. It is astonishing and amazing that when a person finds himself in midlife, and he sees his days are becoming fewer and fewer, and the edifice that his body has begun to break down, and his natural moisture has decreased, so a dryness has appeared, which used to be soft. Like it says, my days are like a lengthening shadow, and I'm withered like grass. But he fails to do teshuva. How could it be? How can his eyes be so covered that he's unable to see? His heart is so plastered over the fact that is unable to understand. He does not perceive on his way to eternal home. Continues traveling towards day and night. Like everyone was wondering, how could it be that an old guy who's already, he knows his life is near his end. So he's about to die. He's getting close to his end. How can he not do teshuva? He has nothing to gain from this world anymore. He should be day and night striving to get closer to Hashem and follow his Torah and do teshuva. So continuing, Sahih, right? The Baron says, there are many people who are deprived of the light of teshuva, because they view themselves as completely meritorious and pure. They say, I'm good, I don't do anything wrong. They do not think about improving their deeds. Because they imagine themselves as perfect. While in reality they are exceedingly sinful to Hashem. Why is it written in Kohelet that there's no man in this earth so righteous that he always does good and he never sins? So Rabbi Ronnie is saying that one reason could be that old people don't do teshuva is because they don't think they do anything wrong. they don't examine their ways, as we said, is one of the principles, in order to find out what you do wrong. So in that case, they just think they're perfect, they're good. And if you think you're good and you're perfect, you won't think you have anything to fix. Because if you're perfect, there's nothing wrong about you. Everything's good about you, so there's nothing bad about you. So that's one reason. They don't know what to do teshuva on. But Hashem's really angry at them for doing what they're doing. These people, since they consider the sins as trivial matters, and they're unaware and ignorant of their sins, even if their sins become known to them, they're bound to be forgotten from their hearts soon afterward. So therefore, they won't see a need to repent. They're like a sick person who's unaware of his illness. He does not even think about a cure. And because of his neglect, his illness continually worsens until it's incurable. So Rabbeinu is telling us over here. So these people over here, these people, sometimes they are aware of their sins. They know, could be the obvious sins, the bigger sins. You know they did it, but that's only for a short period of time. And once it's gone, their desire to do teshuva. Once they forgot about it, once they forgot about the whole thing that they did, and then they forget to do teshuva, and then they forgot probably that they sinned. So really, the problem is that if you forget, if you don't take your sin seriously, then you could forget. If you don't take it serious, then it's not gonna be very hard. You're not gonna be able to do teshuva because you're gonna forget about it. And either way, if you don't, it's hard. If you're just gonna forget about it, Hashem's probably gonna get even angrier at you because really you're forgetting. You're taking it as a joke. It's not really a big deal. If you're gonna get a big punishment, then you should be even more scared. And it's something you should be remembering about, not forgetting like it's no big deal. So another reason Abirna says, before that actually, he said Ibor Mashal or whatever. So he said it's like a sick person. He's unaware of his illness. He doesn't know what's my illness, and therefore he does not think about a cure. He thinks, what do I have to cure myself if I have no illness? And once it keeps on getting worse and worse, the illness keeps on getting worse, he still doesn't realize it. Till it gets so bad, once he realized it, it's incurable. It's impossible to cure. So continuing פעמים תהיה נסיבה לזאת מחוסר בינתם. Sometimes the reason for this is their lack of insight into the laws of Torah. כי לא יבואו לדרוש אלוקים, because they do not come to seek the word of God. ודעת דרכיו לא יחסו, nor do they desire to know his ways. כן לא ישקדו על דלתות חכמים ותלמידיהם. Therefore, they not hasten to the doors of the Torah scholars and their disciples to gain knowledge, and they need to properly assess their ways. Kanyan shenema lo yehav let's hocheach lo el hakamim lo yeleh. This is among the lines of said Mishle. A scoffer does not like being reproved. He will therefore not go to the wise. So what's that bear not saying? Sometimes the reason for this foolishness of these people, these old people who don't do teshuva is was they don't wanna, just don't want to. They don't desire to be close to Hashem. They don't care. They don't desire to know His ways. They don't. And therefore they don't want to do teshuva. They don't want to. That's why. It's not that they don't know. It's not that they're ignorant. There's some people who don't. They just don't want to. You also see this today. So continuing. Saiftet. Now the Ravina talks about the tzaddikim. How would they approach this when they're getting cold? Behold, righteous people whose hearts are upright. Live with the constant lion roars in their hearts. And they wail distressed like the storming of the sea about their sins. And for having fallen short in the service of Hashem, Avodat Hashem, on account of this, of falling short in the service of Hashem, a person is considered a sinner and accumulates much guilt. As for transgressing the most severe sins, the Hakamim Segonah said, V'ter HaKadosh Baruch Hu al Gilui Arayot ve'al Shefichut Damim. The Kadosh Baruch Hu overlooked the sin of Gilui Arayot and murder, spilling blood. Ve'lo V'ter al Avon Bitul Torah. But he did not overlook Bitul Torah, the sin of Bitul Torah. See then, even though there's bigger sins, Gilui Arayot and killing, murdering, but still Hashem looked at Bitul Torah as a major factor for the Beit HaMikdash to be destroyed, the first Beit HaMikdash. So basically what's that Baron saying over here? So how does Tzaddikim approach this? Not only do they do teshuva about this, even for the little things, they're also very worried about. Why? Because, as an example, because the first Beit HaMikdash, for some time, was going to be destroyed because of the fact of Bitul Torah. Even though they're also doing Gilui Arayot and spilling blood, still, Bitul Torah was really getting Hashem angry. And Hashem, in a sense, he overlooked it for that amount of time and focused on the Bitul Torah. We see, even though they committed bigger sins, you still have to be worried. You don't know what Hashem could be angry about. Surely filled with evil then are the people whose bulk of those activities and thoughts are devoted to physical their physical desires and follies of their times. But they do not allow their souls to delve into the depths of fear of Hashem. Nor do they allow their souls to focus on arousing their conscience, to contemplate the fear of Hashem. In the innermost chambers of their hearts, in solitude, at set times. לא ייתנו חלק לתורה בעסקיהן. They give the Torah no share in their activities. מקרב ליבם עבר חשבון עם נפשם. And all soul searching has vanished from their hearts. כי גוי עובד לעשות המה. And they are a nation bereft of counsel. וכמה הם במדרגה התחתונה. How entrenched they are the lowest level of existence. What Abirana is basically saying now, that so the people who are always doing their desires, they're following their desires, they don't let themselves have against them chokmah and gain yirat shamayim. They don't want to allow their souls to become better people, to start fearing Hashem. Those types of people. So the Abirana is telling us that they don't care at all. They have no interest in this. So they're the lowest level people. That's what Abirana is saying. ואמרו זיכרונם לברכה, החכמים זיכרונם לברכה said in Pirkei Avot, and this is what we were saying before about the old age. Ben Shishim Lezikna, a 6-year-old has reached old age, meaning 6 years old is when you get the title of being old. Ben Shivim Lezseva, 70 years old is ripe old age, like you're like, yeah, ripe old age. Ben Shimonim Legvuro, an 80-year-old has reached the age of strength. We'll see. Ben Tish'im Lasua, 90 years old, reached the age of prayer. We'll also see. Ben Me'al Keilu Abad Watal Min Ha'olam. When he's 100 years old, he's so weak that it's as though, as if that he's passed away and he's ceased from the world. The intent of the Chachamim here was, with these words, was teshuva, was to alert the people about the importance of doing teshuva when they grow older. And you say, how does this show us this? We'll see. So upon reaching the days of old age, when he turns 60, a person will begin to give serious thought at his end. If he did not merit to do so when he was young, in his youth, and since his time to leave is near, he should abandon his physical wants and desires and turn to rectifying his soul, in order to make sure that he fully does teshuva before he passes away. So what's Abirana so far saying? And that, what does it mean that when someone's 6 years old, he's considered an old person? Because some people might say otherwise. Some people maybe even starting 50s could say you're old. But 60, the Mishnah is telling us that's when you start to think about when you're dying. Meaning, now is the time you think, hey, you know, I don't have that much time left in this world. That's when you start realizing it, in the age of 60. And therefore, since I have so little time, and I can't really gain from my pleasures, there's not much I could do now. You might as well return to Hashem. Because my days of youth are they're gone, they're past. I'm not young anymore, almost about to die. So, continuing, next part of the Mishnah, Abirana explains. And when he reaches the days of ripe old age, which is 70, he should further banish his matters of this world from his heart, continuing to this pattern of growing as he grows older. וכלי מיעוט השנים הבאות יעמיד בעסק העולם. In the fewer years remaining, he should decrease his involvement in the worldly matters. ויתייחד תמיד להתבונן ביראת השם. Instead, he should frequently sit in the solitude and contemplate יראת השם. fear השם, ולחשוב עם נפשו ולתקן מידותיו ולבקש תורה ומצוות. To make a reckoning with his soul, to improve his character traits, and to seek opportunities for Torah mitzvot. So when someone's 70 years old, the Mishnah is telling us that he has even less years now. And now it's the time you have to start departing from the start getting more involved with the spirituality and stop getting involved with the physicality. Don't be involved with this world anymore. Focus on Hashem now. Because either way, you can't benefit that much from this world anymore. You're already an old person. What could you benefit from this world? So next part of Mishnah. Umash Shamnu ben Tish'im Lasua. Now Kamim said a 90-year-old is Lasua. What does that mean? The word suach is related to the word he pours forth his speech, which is uses the word siha, and that clearly refers to prayer. So yeah, because according to Rabbi Yonah, the Mishnah reads siha, not yeah. Not a whatever. So continuing, so it refers to prayer. Lasuach basadeh, as also says, Yitzhak went out to speak in the field. Lasuach in the field, meaning go pray. Pray mincha. Kemo shepershu zirna raka. Kamim sevana raka explained. Maseh berakot. Baba mubit. יצחק תיקן תפילת המנחה שנאמר ויעשה יצחק לסוח בשדה. יצחק instituted the mincha, תפילת mincha, because it says Yitzhak went and to speak in the field toward evening. So meaning that it says he spoke. He used the word lasua. So basically that means when a 90-year-old becomes 90, he reached the age of prayer. And what does that mean? He's referred to as such because that once a person reaches the age of 90, usually he's too weak to be involved with the physical world. He really can't focus on Torah. Can't be serious. His mind is too old to learn hard stuff, study hard things, usually. And it's appropriate, therefore, that he should occupy himself with nothing but prayers, singing praises to Hashem and speaking about His wonders. So when you're 90 years old, the Mishnah referred to him as the age of praying because he's already at the age where he can't focus. At least the normal thing is that he can't really focus, learn hard Torah. So what he could do is he could praise Hashem with songs or whatever. ודיבר שלמה עליו השלום בעניין ימי הזקנה. שלמה המלך עליו השלום spoke about old age. שלא יתעשה אדם בהם מעבודת השם יתברך. And despite this, a person should not slacken in serving Hashem yitbarach during these days. ואמר בבוקר זרע את צריך ולערב אל תנח ידיך. and it says in the morning sow your seed, in the evening do not be idle. כי אינך יודע איזה יקשה הזה או זה, ואם שניהם כאחד טובים. Because you do not know which will succeed, this or that, or whether both will be equally good. So again, what the pasuk is saying is that in the morning sow your seed, in the evening do not be idle. Don't just be standing there. And because you don't know which one's going to succeed, this or that. What does that mean? המשיכו ימי הילדות והשחרות לבוקר וימי הזקנה לערב. Shlomo made the morning a metaphor for the days of youth and adulthood, and the evening is a metaphor for old age. והזרע דרך משל לבנים ולתלמידים, and the seed, and the seed is a metaphor for the children of students. כמו שעמדו זמנה ברכה, החכמים זמנה ברכה said, נשא אישה בילדותו, יישא אישה בזקנותו. Even if one married woman had children in his youth, but still married woman and have children in his old age. העמיד תלמידים בילדותו, יעמיד תלמידים בזקנותו. Likewise, if one develops students in his youth, he should still develop students when his old age. כי אולי יצליחו בני הזקונים התורה והמצוות מבני הנעורים. Because perhaps the children in his old age will succeed in the Torah mitzvot more than the children in his youth. וכן התלמידים אשר יעמיד בזקנותו אולי יצליחו מן הראשונים. Similarly, perhaps the student that he developed in his old age will be more successful in the first one. Or perhaps both will succeed equally good. So, basically, what's that very not saying? So, the Greek pasuk says, in the morning, sow your seed. In the evening, do not be idle. Because you don't know which one's going to succeed, this or that. So, or whether it's going to be equally good. So, what does this mean? What's Shlomo saying over here? The morning is a metaphor for when you're a kid, when you're young. When you're young, make sure you plant the seed, you become involved in Torah, you grow. When you're young, it's good. And when you're old, don't stop. Doesn't matter if you're young, don't say it's too early for me. And when you're old, don't say it's too late, I'm already old. Do it the same way. Because you don't know. Maybe it'll be that if you were young, if you're talking about now for a young person, why does he have to go teach now? Go teach Torah? Because you don't know. Maybe your mind will work more better when you're young. So that's why it'd be good to have students. Or if you're an old person, you might be wiser than you were when you're young. Maybe your mind will still be functioning and you actually be smarter than when you're younger. So it'd actually be better. But you don't know. It could be either one. Or maybe it doesn't matter. So what's the difference? So that's why you have to do it when you have to either have children even when you're old or young, because you don't know, because they could both succeed, and you don't know whether one's going to succeed more than the other or it's going to be equally good. Ronnie now continues explaining it. After this, Shlomo says, "Matok ha'od v'tov le'enayim lir'ot et hashamesh." Sweet is the light, and it is good for the eyes to behold the sun. Perush hazad ledaber al yemei hazikna shemshil otam la'erev. the explanation is that it's not beginning a new topic. Rather, he continues speaking about old age compared to the evening. And since the old person often cannot taste in when he eats or drinks, like a young person, as conveyed by the words of Barzillai of Gilad, because when David HaMelech was running from Absalom, Barzillai assisted David and his men. But after Absalom's rebellion was put down, David HaMelech wanted to thank Barzillai for his kindness, because he was helping him, he was supporting him. So, and therefore, he offered him an opportunity to live in Yerushalayim. But Barzillai turned down the offer. He said no thanks. He claimed that he's already too old. He can't really benefit from this world. He said, because I'm 80 years old today. What can your servant taste? Does your servant taste what I eat or drink? I can't benefit from this world anymore. I don't take pleasure. So just like that, you cannot taste and eat or drink whatever. Amar ki yesh lo, izaken le'anot b'mod hashemesh ve'al tiksad nafsho alav. Shomo therefore is telling us that all person should take pleasure from the sunlight. Why? And so that he should not be disgusted with his life. That's why. Ki koser hanefesh monea et ha'adam v'lechet shamayim. For being disgusted with his life holds a person back from heaven work, from worshipping Hashem. The light of the sun, although it's a small pleasure, it'll be sweet for an old man, because he could still, compared to when he compares it to the his upcoming days of darkness, which is his death. As it mentioned, the pasuk that follows this one. Even if a man lives many years, let him rejoice in all of them. And let him remember that the coming days of darkness will be many. All that comes is futility. Perush. גם כי יזקין האדם מאוד אל יהי על עצמו למסע. This means, even if a man becomes extremely old and then he can't enjoy what he used to enjoy, he should at least, he should not become a burden to himself. He should not just want to pass through. I'm done in this life. I know that there's nothing to do in this life. Rather, he should remain happy through all his years, enjoying whatever pleasures, small pleasures he could still enjoy. So that not one of his years will go to waste, and he'll never ceases from serving the Creator. And you should remember that days of darkness will be many. And you should then be able to serve Hashem, as it says, the grave will praise you. Okay, so basically, the very nice is basically telling us over here. First off, brings a pasuk in Mishle that says that sweet is light and it's good for the eyes to behold the sun. But you might think that Shiyamama is starting a new topic, but this was the next pasuk after the pasuk that was talking about the young person, old person, they should not They should always teach Torah. They should always whatever, either be married, have children, whatever it may be. Do Hashem's will, whether you're young or old. So in that pasuk the next pasuk continues. It's not a separate topic. Rather, it's the same topic. It's continuing about an old person. Why should an old? What does the sun have to do with the previous topic? Because benefit from the sun, make an old person could still benefit from looking at the sun, because the sun has some type of pleasure from looking at it. It can make you in a happy mood by looking at the sun. So an old person could still have some type of pleasure from the sun, even though he may not be able to taste food. He may not be able to have all the other pleasures he used to when he was younger. He could still there's some small pleasures that even old people could have. Therefore, old person should take pleasure in the sunlight. Why? Because it will help him to worship, to serve Hashem. Because if you're sad, you're not going to be able to service. You're not going to be able to do what Hashem wants. It's not going to be easy. Be all upset all day. How could you be learning Torah? You're all upset. You're just depressed with your life. You have to keep your happiness. That's the whole point. Even though it comes to a physical pleasure, but it's really necessary. Although we said before that old person's not supposed to be involved with the physical matters, it refers to the fact that like other things, that it's not necessary. But when it's necessary, it's really physical pleasures, the Shem Shemayim. It's like if you're eating something, the reason you eat, you could eat the Shem Shemayim. No, because if not, I'm not going to be able to learn good. Or you could eat to fill your stomach. So same over here, this old guy. You could also take pleasure from the sun, L'Shem Shamayim. Not just to make him happy. Why does he want to be happy? So he could worship Hashem. So continuing. So basically, again, so what Ronnie is saying continues that the reason you should do this is, even the reason that the sun is actually a pleasure for him is looking at the sun compared to what he's going to think of when he dies it's going to make him much happier. Compared to his death, looking at the sun is much, much better. So, continue. Now he's going to describe how the Tzaddikim would approach this. It's like a back and forth type of thing. Both of the Reshaim, then the Tzaddikim, how they approach it. והצדיקים מתגברים בזקנתם ויעזרו חיה ויחליפו כוח לעבודת השם. When the righteous grow old, they summon inner power, they gird themselves with strength, and they reinvigorated for the service of Hashem. כמו שהענו זונה לך, החכמים זונה לך said, מסכת שבת, תמידי החכמים כל זמן שמתקיינים, חוכמה מתווספת בהם. The older the תלמידי החכמים become, the more wisdom increases within them. So meaning, what we're now saying is that a person, when tzaddikim grow old, they worship Hashem even more. And it says, the Gemara says that older a person gets, the more of Maya has. But the same is true for the opposite. Meaning, because he's battling his, he's battling his fatigue. He's all tired, doesn't feel like it. It's too much for an old guy. And he's still going and he's putting his head in the Torah. It sharpens his mind. And these types of people become wiser and wiser. But the opposite goes for old people who don't. People who don't learn, they become dumber and dumber. So it could go two ways. When you're young, you have two options. Either you start to grow and start learning Torah, or the opposite. If you don't, then you're just going to get dumber and dumber. And the old man's supposed to be wise. So be very foolish. Again, so continuing. So everyone else says, Suk, that's a similar message. Says in Tehillim, also says regarding Tzadikim that they will still be fruitful in ripe old age, rigorous and fresh they will be. Wait a minute. Earlier in the pasuk mentioned the righteous person will flourish like a date palm, like a cedar in Lebanon. You grow tall. Planted in the house of Hashem, the courtyard of our God, they will flourish. The tzaddikim are planted in the house of Hashem from their youth. And they grow in the houses of studying their early adulthood. Like a flourishing date palm and like a cedar that grows in Lebanon. So did the Hakamim say in Dash Tehillim. The phrase planted in the house of Hashem refers to the children who learn Torah when they're young. Similar is what is written later in Tehillim. Where our sons are like saplings, nurtured from their youth. And after David HaMelech goes on to say in this following respect, in regard to the condition of their old age, the righteous are not comparable. They're not comparable to trees. The trees, once they grow old, they no longer bear fruit. While tzaddikim remain productive, and even when they're old, this rich or real, even in the ripe old age, they still grow. So, what's Rabbeinu telling us? So, Rabbeinu is saying like what I said before. So, it brings the pasuk in Tehillim, it says that so the meaning that they'll still be fruitful in a ripe old age, rigorous and fresh will leave you. And that means when they're old, they're still going to be nice and fresh and they're going to have a lot of wisdom. And earlier it said that a righteous man will flourish like a date palm. And he's planted in the house of Hashem. And he'll grow like a date palm, and cedar of Lebanon he'll grow tall. Also says planted, then it says planted in the house of Hashem, the courtyards of our God, they will flourish. And that basically means that a righteous person is like a date palm who grows tall, like a cedar in Lebanon. Why? Because he grows when he's young, and then when he's old, as I said before, he grows in Torah and he becomes wise. And that's what they explained in Midrash Tehillim, said that a plant, Teshulim Be'Bet Hashem, cleansing the house of Hashem, refers to the children who are, they're just being planted. And David HaMelech goes on, he says, why are they not comparable to trees? Because you could say that they are comparable to trees, because they grow like trees, no? Like when you're a little plant, you grow, you become a tree. It's not compared to that because a tree, when it gets old, it can't bear fruit anymore. But tzaddikim still bear fruit, even when they're old. So it cannot be a good comparison. So continuing a bit, the Birna says, Od Amar Alav Shalom. David HaMelech Alav Shalom also said in Tehillim, וגם הצפנה ושבע אלוקים אל תעזבני עד אגיד זרועך לדור לכל יבוא גבורתך. And even until old age and ripe old age, God, forsake me not and don't abandon me, so that I could proclaim your strength to the generation, your might to all who come to me. So basically, but David HaMelech saying over here, to conclude this second wave inspiration, second wave, saying that David saying that even when I'm old, don't abandon me, because I could still do stuff. My life's not over. So that's the thing. So again, to sum everything up, what's the second wave inspiration? When someone's old, do teshuva. But you could say, okay, it only applies to old people. But really, it could really also apply to us, because we don't know when we're going to die. God knows when we're going to die. We don't know. We could die any second. We don't know what God plans for us. So really, this really applies to us also. Obviously, it's more so for an old person who naturally dies. But still, because you might just say, oh, what does this have to do with me? It's only an old person, but it also applies to us. So now, continuing, third way of inspiration, third way of inspiration, one could be inspired to this by is that when one hears the admonishment of Talmidei Chachamim, or those changed with giving reproof, he should pay attention, accept it, and be humbled, and be inspired, and should do teshuva. He should resolve in his heart to accept all the words of reproof without omitting anything from the words to those who offer the reproof. So the third way inspiration is when someone hears good musar, he hears a nice speech. Apply everything to yourself. Accept all the words. Now, don't leave out anything. Because everything, you never know. Maybe the little things, the little details, the one who inspired you to repent, the little details might be something big. So you don't know. So that's why you have to be humbled. If you don't accept everything, so you're not doing a complete teshuva, because you have to get rid of everything that you're doing wrong. And so basically, do that. From hearing these words, you'll be able to be inspired to make a change. I'm gonna stop. I heard nice words. I don't want to do what I'm doing anymore. I want to stop sinning. I want to do teshuva now. And Birna is going to say it's a very great benefit if someone does this. And it's probably something you heard before. והנה האיש הזה ברגע קטון יצא מהאפלה לעוד גדול. Now this person has in a brief moment left the deep darkness of the sin for great light. כי את אשר יאזין ויסכית ובבוא יבין ושב. For at the moment he opens his ear and he's attentive to reproof, and his heart understands, and he is moved to repent, וקבל ביום שמעו דברי המוכיח, so that he should accept the words of one who reproved him on the very day that he hears them. ויקיים עליו להיות עושה ככל אשר יורוהו, ותעושה התורה מן היום הזה ומעלה. And he undertakes to do whatever those charged with teaching Torah will instruct him to do from that day onward. ולהיזהר כאשר יזהירוהו יודעי בינה לעתים. He should be careful about whatever the men of understanding of the times will warn him to avoid. אותה וידוע תשובה ונהפך לאיש אחר. And the teshuva that he's done has immediate effect upon him, and he's transformed into a different person. And the moment that he undertakes his mind and so resolves it in his heart, he acquired the soul merit, all the reward of the mitzvot, and all the admonishment he committed to heed. Fortunate is he, because he made his soul virtuous in what a brief moment. So Hakamim Zvanavaka said, Torah says that it's famous words from Bnei Israel when they Rosh Chodesh Nisan. Actually, so with the Bnei Israel, they were on Rosh Chodesh Nisan before it's Yat Mitzrayim. Moshe told the people that the obligation for Korban Pesach for the year. So it says the children of Israel went and did as Hashem said, commanded Moshe and Aaron. But it wasn't done until Pesach. So how could it be that they did it immediately? But did they do it so immediately by law? Why did they not do so until the 14th of the month, when they were commanded to bring Pesach offering? Rather, people went and did what the Torah means by they went and did. It means that since they accepted upon themselves to do exactly as they commanded, the Torah considers it as they immediately did it when they have done commanded to do. So here we see that a person makes a sincere, he sincerely resolves to do something good and leave all as bad. He's credited as if he's done the thing even though it never happened yet. So what Mariana is telling us over here is that a person, so when a person wants to go do teshuva, you're a nice Musar. Now he says, and he's serious about it. He's like, I'm really doing teshuva. I'm done. I'm going to start observing the Torah now. I'm going to learn all the halachot. I'm going to observe them. Every single one, he said. And whatever I hear that I'm doing wrong, right away I'm going to fix. If he says this, then from that second, even though he did not actually perform the actual thing, meaning he did not hear the words that the things that he's not allowed to do. He did not hear that he's not allowed to do these types of things. for example, someone used to be Mehalel Shabbat. He did teshuva, he was about teshuva now. So now he says, hey, I'm not gonna ever break Shabbat again. Of course now if Pikuach Nefesh, whatever, fine, but no, I accept upon myself, I'm not breaking Shabbat. I'm done. And you're sincere about it, you're serious. And let's say he died before that Shabbat came. Is it considered as if he kept Shabbat? It's Shomer Shabbat? The answer is yes. Why? Because he already resolved it in his heart that he's actually going to do teshuva. Although he didn't get the chance to do it, it's still considered as if he did it. As if he kept Shabbat. As if he was Shomer Shabbat. Even though he never kept one yet. Similarly, Rabbi Yonah told us before, when we were talking about the 20 principles of teshuva, telling us that we're telling us the last principle, the second to last principle of teshuva, 19th principle, and that one was to be 100% sure of yourself that you abandon the sin. Meaning that I know I'm gonna pass the test. Like it's like I know it's not possible I'm gonna do it. It can't be. It's not that you have doubts that maybe I'm gonna fail. And it's not that you're confident that you'll pass. You know you'll pass. Because you know you're not gonna do such a foolish thing anymore. So he's talking about that. So some people don't get the opportunity. So he said over there, how does one achieve that level of teshuva? He has to be tested the same exact test. Meaning, if he was sinning with the women, he has to get that same exact test. He has some nice, beautiful woman, so he has to restrain himself. He has to prevent himself from sinning. But let's say Hashem did not decide to give him the test. So you might ask, how may he achieve this level of teshuva? And the answer is, Hashem knows everything. Hashem knows whether you would pass the test or not. If Hashem sees that you're really serious about it, and you know yourself, you're not gonna fail. So it's considered that you passed the test, although you never got the test. Why? Because the fact that in your minds, you finished with it, which we were also saying over here, then it's still considered as if you've done full teshuva. So that's what Rabbi Yonah is telling us over here. Now Rabbi Yonah tells us something, a famous expression that we all know. When the Jews on Har Sinai, they said, we will do and we will listen. What does that mean? So now Rabbi Yonah says, V'amar be'avot shel Rabbi Natan. It says in Avot de Rabbi Natan. כל שמעשיו מרובים מחוכמתו, חוכמתו מתקיימת. Anyone whose deeds are greater than his wisdom will endure. What does that mean? How could he, if you don't, because you can't have wisdom, you can't have more wisdom, can't have more deeds than your wisdom. Because you have to know what you're doing is a good deed. You have to have the wisdom in order to do a good deed. So, we'll see, Shneimana Nishma says, you do and you listen. Okay? Be'or hadavar, explanation of this is, כי האיש אשר קיבל על נפשו בלב נאמן לשמור ולעשות על פי התורה אשר יראו. A person who sincerely accepts upon himself to observe and to do according to the teaching of the Torah scholars to teach him. ועל המשפט אשר יאמרו לא יושבים על המשפט, and to act in accordance to the law that will be told by him, by those who sit in judgment. יש בידו מן היום הזה שכר על כל המצוות. has in his hand every day, every day, reward for all the mitzvot. From the words of Torah you already heard and understood, and you already observed. And for those matters that he has not yet heard about, he said lavash, and he goes himself in righteousness. Quite a merit for that which is already revealed to him, as well as for the that is hidden from his eyes. After making this comment, he shall every commitment, each and every day seek out to hurry the doors of those who can offer him reproof. And shall gain wisdom from all his teachers. Since one with a sincere resolve to do something good is credited as if he actually done it, emerges that man's deeds is greater than his actual knowledge. For even if he was unaware of a certain matter, he's nevertheless he's rewarded for it, as if he done it. This is what the type of commitment similar to the Jewish people that he said at Sinai. We will do and we will listen. So they accept it upon themselves before hearing what they're actually gonna do. For it's otherwise impossible for the deeds of a person to be greater than what he knows. And Bena is basically telling us over here. So it says, so anyone whose deeds are greater than his wisdom will endure, which doesn't really make sense. Because one who has wisdom, you can only do something with your wisdom. If you don't know how to walk, you won't be able to walk. You need your wisdom and able to perform. And how could it be that you could do before you listen? Like on Sinai, the Jews said, "You will do and we will listen." It's not a possible thing to do. You can't perform before you understand, before you learn how to do it. You can't. It's not possible. Hashem tells you, keep Shabbat. And you're saying we'll do that before you even heard that. How does that make sense? You can't do that. The explanation is that a person, one who, as we said before, one who accepts upon himself very hard to do teshuva, or to actually perform what Hashem wants him to do. He's considered as if he is someone who actually, before he even done the action, is credited as if he did it. So, he has the reward for all the mitzvot and clothe himself with righteousness. And therefore, point is over here, he says, whatever somebody tell me, I'm gonna listen. I'm gonna improve myself. Whatever it may be, I don't care. Not one exception. As we said, we began this way of inspiration, the third way of inspiration. We said everything. You accept upon yourself everything to listen to. Because that's why it's very important. Because if you don't do everything, if you don't accept upon yourself everything, you're not gonna, it might not be credited for all for being as if you've done all the actions already, all the future actions. So now, bottom line, when the Jews said we will do and we will listen, what does that mean? It means, it doesn't just mean, oh, the Jews, we're gonna do before we understand what it means. Why? Why do we do this? It's not just that, it's even more. It's that we will do the actual literal sense. We will do before we even hear it. We're accepting upon ourselves to do whatever you tell us in the future. That's what the statement is saying. And they are considered as if they did the action when they said that. Whatever mitzvot that they had to do in the future, it was considered as if they already did it before they even performed. That's the point. And that's what it means. That's how your wisdom could be greater. I mean, your deeds could be greater than your wisdom. Because even though you might not know, you don't know yet, you don't have the wisdom yet. You still intend on learning how to walk. For example, if you're trying to learn how to walk, you don't know how to walk. You want to learn how to walk, you want to learn how to bike or something. So, you really want to do it. You don't know how yet. You don't know how to ride. You don't know how to balance yourself and not fall off. But if you want to learn how, you're saying that I will learn how. According to the Torah, it's considered as if you already learned how. Considered as if you already learned how to ride a bike, even though you didn't. Why? Because someone he has in mind in the future, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna try to learn, even though I don't know how yet. I'm gonna try to learn how to ride a bike. Or I'm gonna learn how to do whatever it may be. So that Hashem considers it as if we already did it, even though it wasn't done yet, or even if it would never been done. He's already passed away, like we said before. So, continuing, Saif Yudali, as for one who's not aroused to the teshuva by the message of those who reprove him, the severity of his sin is double. They warned him that he to do the teshuva, but instead he hardened his heart. He was not careful to heed the words of reproof. Moshe Ne'emar says, Mishle, Tat Gyara Ve'vim Me'achot Kesir Me'ach. Rebuke penetrates the heart of a man understanding more than hitting a fool 100 times. But the evil person who seeks rebelliousness, and a cruel messenger will be sent against Perush. What does it mean? That first, that a man understanding, one who he doesn't, he's stubborn. He doesn't accept what people are telling him. They're telling him you're doing wrong. He says, "No, I'm doing right. Don't tell me what to do." He's worse than a fool getting hit 100 times. And what's the connection with the evil person? Why would a cruel messenger come against it? So, what the meaning is? Evil man will be humbled by the voice of those who reprove him. He will not be humbled. Rather, he will seek to rebel against the reproof. And since he's not filled with fear on the account of the words of Hashem, his messenger of reproof, a cruel messenger will be unleashed against him by Hashem. Midah keneged midah, measure for measure. Because we find that when those who reprove are referred to by the Torah as Hashem's messengers. Shneimar vayiyu malivim v'malachei Elohim u'mita'atevim benviyah. Says that Hashem, the God of your fathers, addressed them through his messengers, but they only insulted the messengers of God and scorned his word and taunted his prophets until the wrath of Hashem rose up against his people beyond remedy. Therefore, it's appropriate for one who fails to listen to those who reprove him suffer at the hands of a cruel messenger sent by Hashem. So again, the Rabbeinu is telling us that one started with one who does not do teshuva. Someone, he's rebuking him, he's saying, hey, you have to fix yourself. You're doing all these types of sins. And he denies it. He says, no, what are you talking about? He doesn't do teshuva. His punishment is doubled because it's as if he's actually getting punished for not listening to Hashem and not listening to the person who's telling them not to. So yeah. And the reason why that Shalom Melech tells us that one who denies people rebuking him and telling him what to do wrong. If someone does this, he gets a cruel messenger. What's the midah keneged midah? Why does he get a cruel messenger? Just like a cruel person won't have mercy on you. He won't listen and say, please. He'll say, hey, no, don't be cruel on me. Have some type of mercy. The cruel person's going to be stubborn. He's not going to listen to what you have to say. So same way, person, he's being stubborn by not listening to what the people have to say. So you're going to keep on begging. And the other person keeps on telling you, do teshuva, you're really wrong. And you keep on arguing back, saying, no. So you're going to get someone who's cruel, who's not going to listen to what you have to say. That's the midah keneged midah. Continuing, now the Rabbeinu examines another pasuk in Mishle, discusses even worse form of ignoring the truth. Od amar alav shalom, Shalom Melech alav shalom further said in Mishle, Uksada leoze ora sone tochachat yamut. Stern discipline is for one who abandons the path. For one who hates reproof will die. Peru means, evet, true. The punishment, affliction, stern discipline, which is affliction, is appropriate for one who has forsaken the path, abandoned the path, and transgresses the word of Torah. There's still hope that he could be chastened by the stern discipline to repent his evil way. Worse off than him, however, there's someone who hates reproof. He hates being told that he's doing wrong. He has no hope, cannot be fixed, even for a stern discipline. Rather, there is but one possible outcome for him to die. כפהו התאווה והיצר האישיות. The one who commits a sin is simply overpowered by the desire and deceived by the יצר. וייתכן כי נפשו מראה לא על אשר לא יעשו כל מבני ישראל. It's not possible that they feel terrible for that he cannot muster the strength to stand up to his יצר. ואולי יסוף לתוכחת וקווה להיווסר. Perhaps he longs to reproof and look forward to being disciplined. אבל שונא התוכחת כיוון נואש מנפשו. One who hates reproof, however, is already given up on rectifying his soul. ושנאת התוכחת תהיה לו על הידע כי הוא שונא את דברי השם מקרא. And his hate for reproof of the testament to the fact that he actually despises the word of Hashem. So meaning, what's that Mary not telling us? The pasuk says that a person disciplined is the one who forsakes the path, one who abandons the path. Meaning one who does for sinners, someone gets punished. But furthermore, one who hates reproof, he's gonna die. There's no other option. Hashem's not gonna give him the opportunity to teshuva. Why? Because he has no hope. Why? Why doesn't this person? Someone who hates rebuke, someone hates being told he's doing wrong. He doesn't accept anything. He's just gonna argue back and forth. He's just gonna argue. He's gonna say, "Hey, I'm good. Why are you telling me I'm bad? Nothing wrong with me." Even with all the punishments, even with everything. So there's no way he could do teshuva. It's impossible. Because if he's not gonna accept anything, he's not gonna even admit that he does something wrong. He's not gonna accept rebuke. So there's no hope for this person, because he's not going to be able to do teshuva now, because there's no other option. It's either at least you accept that you're doing wrong and start doing teshuva, or you have to die. There's nothing else you could do. And it's really a benefit that you die earlier, because the longer you stay alive, the more sins you'll commit. There's no other options for you. But for a regular guy, who he got a suffering. Something happened, or someone's rebuking him. They're telling him reproof. He listens at least. Says, "Oh, okay, you're right." Even if he doesn't do teshuva on it, at least he admits, so he has hope. It's not someone who there's only one option for. He still has some type of hope. And for the other person, the only thing he could do is he has to change himself. Stop having the stubbornness. And the Ronnie also said, someone who hates reproof is like, actually, he despises Hashem. Because you don't like you're not accepting what the Hashem's saying in his Torah. So continuing, more Mishle, discussing more Pasukим Mishle, Saif Bet. Od Amar Allah Shalom, Shlomo Amelech Allah Shalom also said, Mishle, מאור עיניים ישמח לב שמועה טובה תדרשן עשה. The light of the eye gladdens the heart. Good news fattens bone. אוזן שומעת תוכחת חיים וקרח חכמים תלית. The ear that listens to the life-giving reproof should reside among the wise. ויש לכל חכם לב לדעת. The first two Pesukim appears, it doesn't seem to be teaching anything. But anyone who's wise should know כי לא ייתכן שהיבט שלומר עליו השלום דברים בצילים כאלה חינם. It's impossible that Shalom Melech Shalom included trivial matters such as these for no reason. Among the words of reproof and Yirat Hashem, the Pasuk already testified about him, that he's wiser than all of the men. So you can't just say something stupid that has nothing to teach us. Nothing that we could learn from. So it has to be that Shalom was saying this for a good reason. The resolution to the matter is following. מאוד עיניים ישמח לב העין נכבה מאוד. The saving the light of the eye gladdens the heart. He means that the eye is a very precious organ. כי יראו את המאורות המשמחים את הלב. Because it enables people to see the light which gladdens the heart. The fact that we're able to see, it makes you happy. See all the colors and everything, makes you happy. You be able to see light. When just like we said, like looking at the sun. When and when it says good tidings, good news finds the bone, notice the ear is even more precious than the eye. Why? Because it makes you hear good news, with addition, not only does it gladden your heart, it also fans the bone. My brother cannot feel and therefore cannot be fanned on account of a mind of pleasure provided by the light of the eyes, but only with more intense pleasure, such as hearing good news. So, what's that Mary not saying over here? So, basically, Shalom Melech, by saying the light of the eyes gladdens the heart, and good news fans the bone. What is this coming to teach us? First off, Shalom is telling us that eyes is something precious, it's a big gift. You'll be able to see and make you happy. So it's something good. But also, not only that, with ears, yeah, you can get even more pleasure from. Because you could hear good news from it. You get good news, it makes you even more happy. It'll fan your bone, the person's bone, if he hears good news. So not only does he have a pleasure, he also has not only the pleasure of the pleasure for me, he also finds the bone. So, וכן עמדו שעונה מלאכה כי האוזן נכפה משער האיברים. Hamid שעונה מלאכה also said that the ear is considered more precious than any other organs including the eye. שאם סימא את עינו נותן לו דמיינו. Because they ruled in Baba Tama that one blinded eye of his fellow pays him only the value of his eye. It says an eye for an eye, and it means pay the value of the eye. And show no ten law they make for you. But one made his fellow deaf. He must pay the fellow's entire value. Basically, Berna is telling us that the ear is the most precious organ in a person's body. Why? As we said, because you could hear good news with it. It gives you the most pleasure. So therefore, and the reason why when if you made a person deaf, you have to pay his full value. And what does it mean? It means that before you injured him, how much would he be in the market? How much would you be able to sell him before the injury? But the reason that you make that when he's deaf, you have to pay his whole value for him, is because basically a deaf person's not fit for work. So you killed his whole value. It's not really fit for any type of work. So continuing to return to the Mishle, return to the Pesach Mishle. ואין האדם היה לעבוד את הבורא יתברך ואיבריו ייסוריו וכולם. A person is obligated to serve הבורא יתברך, the Creator יתברך, with all his limbs and organs. כי עבודתו יסרה, for Hashem fashioned each one of them to the intent that it should be used to serve him. כי כמו שכתוב כל פעם השם למענהו. It says in Mishle, everything Hashem made he made for his sake, meaning that you should follow him. כי באיברים הנפקדים אשר עשה בו לעבוד בהם את יוסף. This general principle follows that a person is all more obligated to serve his Creator with more precious parts they fashioned him with, such as the eyes and ears. והעונש גדול יותר מאוד אם יפליהם למעשה מצוותיו, and since the obligation to serve Hashem with these organs is so great that it follows punishment exceedingly if one interferes with this performance of mitzvot. Avodah lo ya'avod b'hem, and does not use them to serve Hashem. Not only is he's squandering this precious ability that Hashem gave him. The only reason Hashem gave him was so that he could. Not only does he take away the purpose of giving him those organs. Not only but he also failing to repay the kindness that Hashem bestowed upon a person through them. For Hashem was extremely benevolent to a person by doing him with the precious senses, crowning him with honor and splendor through them. So, basically, what's Abir now telling us over here? So basically, a person is obligated all the things. The message of why is Abir Shalom telling us the ears you could get, and the eyes and ears you could get benefit from? It's because we know Hashem made everything so that we're supposed to serve Hashem with every body part. Now, of course, now you could use every body part for the good and for the bad. You could use your hands to take the right things, to give tzedakah and everything, or you could use your hands to steal, to kill, and to do other sins. Everything. There's not one exception to the rule. Everything that's in this world you could use for the good or for the bad. Even the Torah. Torah you could use for the bad. You could use the Torah for your honor or for the wrong intentions, and you take away the whole reason that you're learning Torah. And then not only could it turn to not being mitzvah, but it could turn to being averah to learn. To insult your friend through Torah, it's not allowed. Better you don't learn Torah if you're going to do that. So, again, of course now, since we could all use every single limb, organ we have to serve Hashem, you have to do so. We haven't healed to. Because that's why Hashem created it, so we can serve it. But obviously it's all more so for the more precious organs. As I said, was the eyes and the ears. They're more precious than all the rest of the organs. And that means those ones should be more you should especially do mitzvot with those. Meaning with your eyes you could read Torah with, see the Torah, see the right things. And with your ears you hear the right things, hear the words of Torah and things like that. So basically that's what he's saying. It's a big kindness that Hashem gave us, and at least use it to serve Him. So continuing, connecting between this and the next thing, the next pasuk was that Al ken ekim le'askir ahad mima'alot ha'ozeh. Therefore, Shlomo first mentioned one of the advantages of the ear, which it was to provide pleasure powerful enough to fan the bone. Or to demonstrate to you the tremendous obligation under the Surah Shabbateh. Having established this, Shlomo proceeds to clarify the way to serve Hashem with this, by listening to the words of reproof. Not just Torah, also reproof. Reproof. Here people saying, you're doing this and this wrong. And it also says, an ear that listens to a life-giving reproof to reside among the wise. I mean that it's appropriate for such a person to keep company with the wise, since who pay attention to their reproof. And wise people are going to obviously say reproof because they're going to stick to the truth. And basically, Mirna concludes that said, נפל אדם מן הגג וישברו איבריו. Even if a person falls off a roof and breaks some of his limbs, צריך לרתיעה מושד על כל עבד מאיבריו וישם מעשרה. Requires to separate dressing and a bandage for each broken limb and bone. Meaning every wound you get, you got a cut on your arm, you broke your leg, you need a separate bandage and cast, whatever it may be, for where that certain area that you got hurt by. But in the case of a sinner who sins with every part of his body, meaning you would need a bandage all over his body, from head to toe. It's considered though the wounds are covered all over the parts of his body, from the sole of his foot to the top of his head. Says in Shaya, from the sole of the fool to the head, nothing in him is whole. Only injury, bruise, and festering wounds. And Kadosh Baruch Hu, he heals all the parts of his body with one dressing. And which is hearing words of reproof. He said, Ishaya, incline your ear to come to me, hear and your soul will live. Therefore, through hearing alone, your soul will be healed and you will merit as for life. So again, what's Abirana telling us? Conclude with this. Abirana is telling us that, but why did Shlomo HaMelech have to tell us about the ear that gives us a pleasure? What does Shlomo HaMelech proceed to say? That an ear that listens to reproof, life-giving reproof, should reside among the wise. Meaning, if you want to become righteous, you want to hear reproof, place the goals by the wise. Just like Hashem gave you the gift, the ear, so you could hear, and it's a good pleasure. Now use it for Hashem. Use it for the ways that Hashem wants you to use it. How? By hearing reproof, hearing musad, hearing all things that will inspire you to stop sinning and to do teshuva. And it concluded that something very interesting. That person, he breaks his head, he breaks his legs, arms, gets cuts, whatever it may be. He needs a bandage in that certain area. For every limb and bone, he's gonna need a, needs a bandage, needs a cast, whatever it may be, on those areas, whatever he broke. But a sinner who comes now, wants to fix himself up. How much bandages does the sinner need? Let's say he sins in every single part of his body, he'll sin. His arms, legs, head, whatever it may be, eyes. It doesn't matter. What about him? So, he just needs one bandage. Where? By his ear. And how by his ear? By listening to the words of reproof. Hashem gives him one big bandage, that's it. Why? Why specifically by the ear? Because when you hear reproof, as you said, what does it help you do? It helps you, what? To do teshuva and everything. And therefore, if you accept and you're serious about it, every single word. That's what Rabbi began this with. You're serious about every word that this person's going to reprove you by. You'll be good, and you'll be considered as if you did all the mitzvot that in the future you'll do. So we finished for today, and next time continue the fourth way of inspiration. I'm getting closer to finishing the second shot. Next time we'll continue with the fourth way of inspiration.